So it's been quite a while. I think it's been like, I guess since September or something, where I did a discussion video of why I don't like a certain story. The last time I did a why I don't like a certain story was Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, which I did that in September this year. Well, last year actually. And I've been kind of thinking about doing another one of these in the future. Now, I decided to go ahead and do this on another My Little Pony shock story, which is a grimdark story, and that is another My Little Pony story that I happened to come across online as I was researching for, some good creepypastas of My Little Pony to narrate. And I'm just going to sit here and say this right now, that I found this, on a wiki not too long ago, and it happened to be, a My Little Pony creepypasta, which is a shock story. Like, just like with Dipper Goes to Taco Bell and Sweet Apple Massacre, those ones were shock stories. Like, Sweet Apple Massacre, on my opinion, it was written by a troll. Like, for those who don't know about Sweet Apple Massacre, you guys can go check out that video I made back in September. And I did one on Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, which was a cringy shock story. But I decided to go ahead and do this one on another My Little Pony story called Trixie's Funhouse. Now, but before I get started, I want to put a disclaimer that this is just my opinion on the story, and that if you like this story, that's fine. If you don't like this story, that is fine. Like, to be completely and utterly honest, we all have our own opinions. But I never read this story. I never did, any, review or anything like that of this story. So I thought I would go ahead and, kind of do this because why not? So for those of you who don't know what Trixie's Funhouse is Trixie's Funhouse is an extremely gory and poorly written fanfiction on a fanfiction user by the same author of Rarity's New Dress, which I have no idea of who this author is, but it's just was meant to be a parody of a grimdark fanfiction, which of course the fanfic's main focus is on Trixie, whom is an incarnation of a psycho killer who fools the Cutie Mark Crusaders into entering her funhouse, which was aka an abandoned warehouse where certain death awaits for them by the hooves of the magician. So this story was on fanfiction.net at one point and FimFiction, but they have been removed by, consents of handful of reviews and blog posts on DeviantArt, as well as some readings on YouTube. It was that bad to the point where they had to, you could definitely say they had to, removed it because it was very gory. Like, I have no doubt that would be the case. So yeah, I came across this story, I think maybe, I think, I don't remember exactly the year or the date or anything like that when I came across this story, but it was way before I started narrating creepypastas on YouTube. I believe I have came across about it maybe in 2000 and, I could definitely say 2000 and, 12 or 2013, around there. I'm not really sure exactly, but it was around that time. So basically, the plot of this story, if you guys want to know this plot, I'm just going to summarize it up as much as I can. So basically, it is about the Cutie Mark Crusaders, Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo, the same like Cutie Mark Crusaders you probably have seen them get, killed by Big Macintosh and Sweet Apple Massacre. If you've seen if you remember Sweet Apple Massacre, you would definitely probably know about this story. So basically, they're back to obtain their cutie marks by doing something when they're approaching by, Trixie, and Trixie tells them that she can help them achieve their cutie marks if they come to her funhouse. So the Cutie Mark Crusaders follow Trixie to their home, or rather a warehouse far away from any living things, and the warehouse sign that says Trixie's Funhouse on the outside. When they enter the warehouse, Trixie does really violates all three of them while killing them in the process. Just kind of like how Big Macintosh does. Like, the way Trixie, kills the Cutie Mark Crusaders is the same way Big Macintosh does, but except Big Macintosh does a lot worse to the Cutie Mark Crusaders. I'm not going to describe, what he did, because one of them being, it's not really ad friendly to say them on here, for one, and second of all, it's pretty messed up. If you want to see that video of the Sweet Apple Massacre story, opinion I have on it, or why I don't like it or something, I could definitely say on, my video sometime maybe from September of last year. You're feel free to do that, because, Trixie does kind of the same thing Big Macintosh does, except Big Macintosh did it a lot worse than Trixie's Funhouse. At least to me, that is. Now, Trixie gets a phone call from Rarity, and of course, what happened is the thing that's shocking though is Rarity asks about Trixie about her sister Sweetie Belle, and Trixie reassures her that she got rid of her annoying sister, and Rarity is happy about it. Like, what the hell? Like, look, if someone kills your sibling, someone would probably be upset, devastated, but probably angry at whoever killed their sister. Like I would be if my brother was killed by somebody, I would be pissed, no doubt. But I definitely have to sit here and say is that the Cutie Mark Crusaders, when they go in there, they're tricked by Trixie, but end up dying from their horrible mistake, except Sweetie Belle, who is delighted to go out the painful way she does. However, though, to be completely and utterly honest, it's just really messed up of the ways, Trixie sits there and does the things to the Cutie Mark Crusaders. It's kind of like how Sweet Apple Massacre did, kind of like how Big Macintosh did it, but except Big Macintosh did it a lot worse, to be honest, and it's just really messed up. So, to be completely honest, the story has been removed from certain sites, so I'm not really sure if someone archived the story, because, if I ever do find, the archive of the story, I am not going to link the story down for any of you guys to look at, because you guys probably would be just as disgusted as if you saw Sweet Apple Massacre. It's just literally that bad. Although Sweet Apple Massacre is just a lot worse than Trixie's Funhouse, because Big Macintosh does a lot more disgusting things to the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Now, when I read that story, Trixie's Funhouse, in 2012 or 2013, I was nearly physically sick. I was like close to puking because of how disgusting that story is. And I have no doubt that this story was written by a troll to troll the brony community, just like Sweet Apple Massacre does. I don't really know if it was written by the same person who did Sweet Apple Massacre. I could be wrong, however, but feel free to correct me on that story. So, I did see at least one narration of the story on on YouTube, and I have no doubt that the person was actually pretty disgusted when they saw that story. I have no doubt that that would be the case. So, yeah, I would have no doubt that would be the case. And, I honestly would feel kind of the same way, the person would do if they were to narrate Trixie's Funhouse, which is it's a, My Little Pony pasta. So I've seen a review on it, and I could definitely say a lot of people really don't like this story. They said it's a pretty messed up creepypasta. Not gonna lie though, I really just don't really like this story that much. I don't like this story at all, to be honest. Like, it's just the way she did, Trixie sat there and did it to, you could definitely say Trixie's Funhouse, which I'm really glad that this story did get removed from, fanfiction.net, and even you can definitely say, besides fanfiction.net, I believe it was on Wattpad at one point, or DeviantArt, I'm not really sure. But, I know in My Little Pony, Trixie can be kind of, crazy, but I never expect her to go this crazy, especially in, you could definitely say, it's just as disgusting as Sweet Apple Massacre, but it's probably just Sweet Apple Massacre 2.0, I guess you can definitely say. It's a Sweet Apple Massacre 2.0 thing or something, whatever you prefer to call it. It's just a really messed up concept for this story. Now, thankfully, it does not involve what was it? It does not involve, anything gross. Well, any disgusting fetishes or something like that. I don't know. But please correct me if I'm wrong, because I have not read this story in like a long time, and I don't ever want to narrate it. Well, I don't want to narrate it on my channel because one, it it's not ad friendly, the whole thing, and two, I would be internally disgusted halfway through the reading. So if you guys want to look up the story, just don't do it because the story's been deleted for a very good reason. And this is not to offend anyone or anything because this is just only fictional characters, getting, murdered and all that. But the story just, I don't really know what to say about this story anymore from what I just said. I definitely have to say it's a messed up My Little Pony story. It's just kind of just equal as bad as Sweet Apple Massacre, except I think Sweet Apple Massacre is just a tad bit worse. Like, I know there's some other shock stories out there that I've seen, but there's this one film fiction story that involved Shining Armor violating Flurry Heart in a disgusting way. I'm not even going to describe what he did in that story because, I was nearly sick to my stomach. I couldn't read, I couldn't eat for an hour because of how disgusting that is. I just couldn't read how the story was. It was just very disgusting. But overall, I have to say Trixie's Funhouse was, it's a quite a something story. I would not be surprised if the same author from who wrote Sweet Apple Massacre did it, but it said it was poorly written, so it's most likely was written by a different troll to mess with the brony community, no doubt, just like with Sweet Apple Massacre, but that's just really, to be honest, I'm just really, when it comes to that story, I was nearly sick to my stomach. It's just ugh. It's just really, when it comes to this story, I really just was like, what the hell am I actually sitting there and reading? Because that's what I was like when I was reading Sweet Apple Massacre. And no, I am not going to be narrating Trixie's Funhouse because that story is just ugh. That story was just garbage, and not only that, it was just very sickening. That's all I have to say. It was just very sickening when it comes to that. So I definitely have to say that the story was actually a pretty disgusting story, yes, but offended, no. Like, because this is only involving, fictional characters. It does not involve actual people. Like, look, I've seen some, other shock stories when it comes to, My Little Pony stories. Well, you know what? There are some stories out there that are kind of shocking. Like, take for example the Cupcakes creepypasta. That one was shocking. Same thing could be said for Sweet Apple Massacre, as that one was quite shocking. And I kind of remember saying Dipper Goes to Taco Bell was cringy. Well, as for Trixie's Funhouse, I kind of did cringe at certain parts of the story because it was just so cringy when it came to certain parts of it. It was just really cringy. Like, I was cringing like no tomorrow. It was just that bad. But it's just my opinion on Trixie's Funhouse. This is not to offend anybody. This is not meant to, this is not meant to harass anybody. But if you guys are going to like saying, oh, can we, attack the author for writing this? Don't do that. Just don't do that. Like I said with Sweet Apple Massacre and Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, we do not attack the author for doing that. Yes, we could just say we may be harsh on the criticism that we give him or her that, but we don't go sit there and attack the author in ways. We don't go ahead and harass the author for writing this story. It's just a shock story on a digital page. That's all it is. I don't really know if this story is up on FimFiction or anything like that, or if someone manages to archive it, but please don't link the story in the comments section down below, because one, I don't want anyone to get really sick from narrating the story, or even reading it for that matter, because I was nearly sick to my stomach when it came to, that story. So, and that happened sometime in, 2013 or 2012, I think. I'm not really sure. It's been quite a long time since I last sat there and touched the story. I don't ever want to touch it again. Unless I'm just gonna sit there and, make myself feel sick as bad as Sweet Apple Massacre, but still. Anyways, I just thought I would, express my opinion on that story because I know it's been quite a while since I did one of these videos, and I've been kind of thinking about it again and again, thinking, you know what, I'm just going to sit there and do it. I don't really know really much, so I'm just going to sit there and do it. So anyways, I guess I'm just going to sit there and, kind of wrap up the review before, well, not review, but the video. And before I, end the video, I want to say this right now, that this video is just only my opinion. This is only my personal opinion on this, pasta. If you like the story, that's totally fine, because I can respect your opinion if you like it. If you don't like it, I don't blame you. And also, please do not go and attack the author over this story or anything, because we don't want drama. No drama whatsoever at all. And plus, I really just thought, I would just get off my chest of, what story, I want to kind of do. I know I haven't done this, thing in like a while, I guess. So I definitely have to say the story was pretty good for what it is. It's just, well, not good, but like it's a like the shock story, yes, shocking enough. Like, to be honest, if I have to rate my scale of shocking, I would have to say, I guess 6 out of 10. Well, not 6 out of 10. I guess you could say 10 out of 10 for shocking me. Like, it's a shock story. It's supposed to shock people. But anyways, I guess I'm going to have to wrap up the review because I've been, talking about it for a while. I already covered most of the topic about it. I covered most of what happened in Trixie's Funhouse. If you guys happen to be telling me that what I'm missing something in this video, or you want to point something out that I did not say in the video or didn't know, feel free to do so in the comments section. And if you want to express your opinions on this story, feel free to. Like, I would like to hear your thoughts on this story. And to be honest, we're all entitled to our own opinions. This is just my opinion, and I'm sure most of you guys can agree that the story was just garbage in my opinion. But here's the thing. Just to say, this is not meant to attack anyone or anything. This is just my opinion. But anyways, with that being said, what did you guys think about this story? Most of you guys probably would probably agree with me what I say, but if you guys like the story, that's understandable. And also, what we have done personally to help make this story better, leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, video. If you happen to be brand new here on this channel, like, comment, subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out.